God doesn't call us to constant chaotic work. He calls us to work faithfully and rest faithfully. And I often say God can do more with our rest than we can do with our work. But discipline is about being intentional and purposeful. Just like we talk about emulating how Jesus worked with intention and purpose and a sense of timing and always seeking his Father's direction. And direction is what we talked about in the last episode. So, what does this discipline actually look like? To be successful in the way that he defines success, which is giving our hearts to him, walking in the assignment that he's given us, achieving the kingdom impact that he's given us. In order to do that, we have to be disciplined. This is what he's saying to Joshua. I have given you an assignment, and you will be successful when you are disciplined in meditating on my word day and night. And I love that he throws this in, not looking and turning to the left or to the right. In other words, don't veer off the path that I've created for you, that I've directed you to. Be disciplined in being on that path. Be disciplined in seeking me. Be disciplined in knowing my word. He says to Joshua that you'll be prosperous and successful when my word is always on your mind, when my word is your guiding light, your guiding map. The last thing that he says to Joshua is that he's commanded him not to be discouraged, that he has commanded him to be strong and courageous because the Lord will be with him wherever he goes. But we cannot miss that last part, that he is with us wherever we go. But we end up overlooking it or missing it or disregarding it when we're not disciplined in our daily mode of operation to start and end our day with the Lord. And I want to distinguish this discipline from what the world says is discipline for us as an entrepreneur. The world would tell you you have to work constantly. They have to work when everybody else is sleeping. That you have to show up all the time in all the places. That is not discipline to the Lord. Discipline to the Lord is being committed to giving him your heart and being surrendered to him. Things like the scripture that I have on a sticky, God is able to make all grace abound to me, that I always, having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work. The all in all in all, because that is life at its best. I believe that's 2 Corinthians 9:8. Here's my point. We can be disciplined in our work without overwhelming ourselves, without overachievement. And the discipline of working that way with intention and purpose is honoring to the Lord. So I want to ask you a couple of questions. What is your daily mode of operation? Are you getting up and immediately checking your phone? Or are you waking up and laying there for a few minutes in gratitude for what the Lord has given you and where he's taking you today? What does your daily mode of operation look like? I have another tool. The link will be in the show notes. It's called the Dash tool, the daily action sheet. You may be surprised what is on there because it's not just about making a to-do list, but it's about starting your day with the Lord, ending your day with the Lord, taking a focused 15 minutes at the end of the day to set that timer and then actually plan the next day. But you know what else is in there? Time for rest, breaks. That's part of our daily action sheet, our Dash tool. And I encourage you to go download that in the show notes. So what does your daily mode of operation look like? And what are you including in that? Part of discipline is before you pick up the phone, before you send the email, before you reach out to that prospect, before you click go to launch that next thing, have you prayed over it? So friend, what was the last thing that God asked you to do? What was the last instruction he gave you? And have you done it? Have you been disciplined to be obedient in taking that step?